Last week, I made a video going over the 10 strongest characters at the nest, going over who I thought were the biggest threats, if they had to go head to head, like who was gonna be the strongest, and etc. So this week, I decided to go with the opposite, with the additional stipulation that every character has to be a ranker. The reason I did this is because otherwise I thought the list would be too easy. You know, Shibisu, Hots, Hackney, like it'd be all regulars, right? So I thought it'd be more interesting if we only looked at the rankers that are currently at the nest. This is current rankers as well, so no one that's dead, no one that like left the field or anything. Currently active rankers, or active as far as we know, because there's some people on this list that they fought earlier, but we don't really know if they're still around, but I do assume they're still contributing in some way. So number 10 is gonna be the strongest of the weakest, and then number 1 is gonna be the absolute weakest ranker on the list. At number 10, we have Lopobia Fusel. Now, Fusel's a weird one because I like him as a character. I like the fact that he showed bravery when ordered by Yasracha to go fight Yama, even though he knew he wouldn't win. But as far as his fighting ability goes, this guy is not impressive whatsoever. Like, every time he's around, he's just kind of chilling, you know, throwing out a couple of attacks. And then when Karaka confronted him, all he did was summon his army, and that shows me he's more of a commander and not as much of a fighter. Maybe I'm not giving him enough credit, but still, compared to everyone else, I'm just not that intimidated by Fusel. At number 9, we have Lopobia Candidate, one of the branch leader candidates. I don't know which side of the family she's a branch candidate for. However, the reason she's on here and not any other branch candidate like Sicarius or Yorari or Mayor even, is because I'm just not impressed by Candidate. All she's done is summon sea urchins. That's it. Now, they're creepy looking sea urchins, they have weird faces on them and stuff, but dude, I'm not impressed, Candidate. You gotta do more than that. Like, Hansung and Lefavre are there, and Mayor's going in and stuff, but Candidate's just summoning sea urchins, and to me, that's not that impressive. At number 8, we have Cool Nisam K. Remember this guy? This guy is a complete loser, dude. Now, the weird thing about K is he might be dead. Like, Evenkel is incinerating the battlefield, or she was incinerating it, and a lot of people died. We don't know if K was one of them. But every single time this guy has ever shown up in this series, he's a complete joke, dude. He's a high ranker, so I gotta give him some credit, but one weapon he uses is his hands. He like powers up his hands with Shinsu, like okay, sure. And then he uses a freaking pizza cutter, like that's not gonna cut it. Get it? And I get it, his opponent was Evenkel. Maybe I should be cutting him some slack. I don't care. He's a complete joke. I don't care if he's a division commander or whatever. He's a joke. He's freaking weak. I'm just saying it right now. At number 7, we have Lefavre without her sniper bullets. Without her sniper bullets, Lefavre, to me, I can't rely on her whatsoever. When she was there with Han Sung-yu, she did absolutely nothing. She can summon some crabs. She has a machine gun, I guess. That's it, though. That's it, you know? I don't understand, like, what else she can do. I also know that Liboric interfered, but even if Liboric didn't interfere, I still think she would have gotten clapped by Candidate and Mayor. So that's why she's here. I mean, without her bullets, she's still a high ranker, but I think you gotta classify her as, like, more of an average ranker without the bullets. She still has experience and whatever, but she's pretty low on the list. At number 6, we have Yolker. Remember this guy? Dude, Yolker is trash, bro. Yolker is someone, I remember when he showed up, I was like, ooh, his design is really cool, and then he never did anything. All he did was show up with White. White said, hey, I have those markings as well. I'm the reason people have those markings near their eyes, and then he cut off his fingers. It's like, dude, Yolker, you freaking, what are you doing? Yolker is just like, oh, I'm a servant of Calavan. That is his entire character. Power-wise and personality-wise, he's trashed here, moving on. Okay, those were all high rankers, so now we're moving on to the regular rankers. At number 5, we have Mule Love. As much as it pains me, it's true. Mule Love is just an average ranker, and I don't think he's that impressive, you know? I mean, okay, I shouldn't say that. The Love fans are gonna kill me. He is impressive for being a ranker. He's able to use this, like, circular Shinsu technique. It's an entire branch of Shinsu that you can learn. I don't know that much about it, but Love is one of the only practitioners of it, and it shows, you know? He can do a lot of different things, a lot of cool things with Shinsu. He has reverse flow control. He can do a lot. But the fact is, he's still an average ranker, and even though I do think he's gonna help Evenkel maybe in some way with Sicarius, As far as comparing his strength to everyone else, he's pretty low on the list. At number 4, we have Nanotona. Now I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute, Nanotona is an advanced ranker, which means he's stronger than Love. I don't care. Nanotona is absolute garbage, dude. When he thought he killed Kun, a regular, all he did was laugh. He was like, I did it, ha ha ha. It's like, bro, if you're doing that, you have an awful inferiority complex, because all that tells me is that you're trash. You're proud of the fact that you killed a regular. You know, and you're laughing about it like it's the best thing you ever did. Like, good job. He has beastification, you know, and he's an advanced ranker, but I was not impressed by anything that he did. The only thing he has is like his hearing. That's it. I think Love could genuinely beat him in a fight. At number 3, we have Sola, because Sola is alone. Without Namo, I think Sola is extremely weak. Like, in my opinion, bottom tier of ranker. Like, she, even with Namo, like, I wasn't that impressed. They were just using a lot of Shinsu. That's really cool, but that's it. That is it. Without Namo, I think Sola is virtually useless. I think she can probably do some Shinsu stuff, but that's about it. So, I think she's number 3. Number 2 is gonna be Charlie. Now, Charlie is one of those characters that he was only around at the start of the nest, so it's hard to say if he's still active, but I have to imagine he's still contributing in some way. Now, Charlie is weird, because even though he has some tools up his sleeve, like his poison needle and his light technique that removes your senses, it's only good against regulars. Charlie is very good at fighting regulars, which tells me you're not very good at fighting. Like, I get it, it's a niche, and you know, there's some cool abilities there, but if your whole purpose is being good at fighting regulars, you can't be, your strength isn't that high. Like, your power level is extremely low compared to everyone else. So, in my opinion, Charlie is just like, you know, Sola. I always confuse it with Namo. I think he's bottom tier of ranker. Although, I think he would still lose to Sola, because that's just Charlie. He's only good at fighting regulars, that's all he is. And finally, the number 1 on my list. Okay, you guys are gonna kill me because this isn't even a ranker technically, but I'm counting it because it's still a force that our regulars had to go up against. Number 1 on the list is Truggy the Crab. Now, I'm counting Truggy because Hockney had a line where he was like, Truggy's probably strong because rankers could have encountered him here and still had to play the game. But I don't care, dude. Truggy is weak. He's pathetic. He can use Bubble Beam. He can use Crab Hammer. Whatever. That's it. I wasn't intimidated by him at all. Hockney Rack and Elaine were able to outsmart him and outmaneuver him at every corner, you know? Like, that tells me that even if he is ranker level, which he apparently is, he's gotta be bottom tier. Unless he was holding back or something. You know what I mean? Like, this guy was defeated by regulars. And that's all I need to hear. You know, this guy, Truggy, I'm counting him because he is technically ranker level, but comparing him to even Charlie and Love and whoever else, he is absolutely the weakest in my opinion. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe, and also stay tuned for this Friday, Towers and Gods, episode 11. The second floor arc is continuing. You know, the tests are intensifying, the mysteries are deepening, and a lot of friendships are being formed or broken apart. It'd be awesome if you could join us as the arc continues and is starting to reach its conclusion more or less. So stay tuned, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I'll try to put the link down below. And with that being said, I will see you all in my next Tower of God video. Take care.